Hello, I'm back. Today's video is about the Hawker Tempest dogfight from the Peregrine Falcons. June 1944. After leading his flight on a combat patrol over northern France, Flight Lieutenant Henry Abercrombie manages to topple a V-1 flying bomb, only for others to hit targets in England, including the home of Henry's parents. His subsequent success against the V-1s results in him being promoted to squadron leader and placed in charge of a Hawker Tempest squadron, the Peregrine Falcons, with orders to tackle the V-1s. Following a briefing and intense practice, the squadron goes into operation. Unfortunately, during the first patrol, Flight Lieutenant Angus Wilson fails to topple a V-1 before the engine cuts out, resulting in the flying bomb crashing into a packed church. This leads to Wilson getting rebuked by Henry, and the pilots being taken to the scene to witness the aftermath. Following this incident, the Falcons managed to safely dispatch multiple V-1s, which prompts the Germans to send an agent to England. Shortly afterwards, a trio of corporals, Peter Sachs, David Brown and Greg Church, arrived to join the Falcons' ground staff. After a terse greeting from Henry, the three received their assignments. Sometime later, Henry hears Sachs singing in German, while the latter was working on the engine of Henry's Tempest. This makes Sachs an obvious suspect when Henry's engine catches fire during the following day's patrol, forcing the squadron leader to bail out. When Henry reports his suspicions to Wing Commander Britain, the other men ask for proof. After the death of Flight Lieutenant Barnaby Hutton, who was unable to pull out after diving to catch a V-1, while flying a Tempest that Sachs had also worked on, Henry has all the aircraft grounded for further checks. With the aircraft cleared, and their guns modified to allow the pilots to shoot the V-1s from a safe distance, the Falcons get back to work, operating from another airfield. This time they are assisted by Wellington bombers, fitted with special radar, allowing them to track modified HE-111s. These are used to launch V-1s over the North Sea, due to the loss of original launch sites during the Allied advance into Europe. When the modified Wellington crashes on takeoff, Henry orders mechanic Gosses to gather the names of everyone who worked on all the affected aircraft. He is then joined by Sachs, who, prompted by Henry's accusation, admits to being German, but points out he was not the only person to work on the Wellington. When Henry reports this to Britain, the other man reveals that, after carrying out a background check, he discovered that Sachs is a German Jewish refugee, whose parents were killed by the Nazis before the war. As he prepares to take off on another patrol, Henry learns that Sachs and Church were the only ones to have worked on all the afflicted aircraft. Later, while chasing a V-1, he realises the saboteur has disabled the guns of both his Tempest and that of Angus Wilson, who, spurred on by his earlier failure, tries to topple the V-1, only to collide with it, accidentally detonating the warhead. Determined to stop the saboteur once and for all, Henry returns to base just as Church runs off after being caught in the act of sabotage. Learning that Church has taken off in another Tempest, Henry climbs back into his aircraft and follows him, only remembering after takeoff that his guns don't work. Assuming the man known as Church would head for the Channel in order to reach German-held territory, Henry is surprised when the agent ambushes him over the coast. Repeatedly avoiding hostile fire, Henry quickly realises when his opponent runs out of ammunition and, diving down with ease, the squadron leader uses his wingtip to topple the stolen aircraft, which is torn apart by the impact when it crashes into the Channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like and share. Also let me know what you think in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and click the bell icon to be notified about new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.